You know, people often say that love marriages never last long. They say that such relationships are fragile, weak, and built on temporary feelings. They insist that arranged marriages are more stable, more reliable, and more respectful. I have heard this all my life, but my opinion is a little different. Not because I want it to be different, but because life, experience, and pain taught me to see things differently. For me, a marriage, any marriage, whether love or arranged, only becomes meaningful when the two people standing inside it genuinely care for each other, when they are ready to stay even when it hurts, when they are willing to support each other even when life tries its best to break them. If a person finds someone who loves them honestly, whose presence gives them courage, who doesn't run away when times get tough, then that is enough. That is more than enough. Money, status, big houses, fancy weddings, none of it matters. Because when life hits you with real trouble, all these things disappear like dust in the air. Only one thing stays: the person who refuses to leave your side. I still remember the early days after my marriage. I won't lie. I often felt strange. I used to think that maybe I had made a mistake. Maybe love clouds judgment. Maybe I should have listened to everyone around me. Maybe I should have chosen the easier path. But then life introduced me to my own truth. My wife stood by me like a rock when everything else around me fell apart. She protected me when I was vulnerable. She kept me grounded when I was lost. And she held my heart together when it was breaking. She didn't let me fall. She didn't let me give up. She didn't abandon me even when I had nothing to offer her except my broken self. And that is when I learned something that people don't teach in books or lectures. Love is not proven on good days. Love is proven in storms. Her support made me believe in love. Not the fairy tale love that people show in movies, but the real love that survives real pain. You know, there is another kind of love too, one that you can't compare with anything else in the world. The love of parents. That love is pure in its own way. It is unconditional. You don't notice it when you are young, but the day you lose a parent, something inside you breaks forever. When my mother passed away, a silence entered my life that I cannot explain. It felt like someone had taken away the roof from above my head. No matter how old you grow, you remain a child in front of your mother. And when she leaves, you begin to feel the world differently. Her absence taught me the bitter truth of life, that whoever is born in this world must leave it one day. No matter how much you love them, no matter how tightly you hold on, you cannot stop that moment, and humans can do nothing except feel the pain and accept it. That is the rule of this world. My father is still alive. He is strong, healthy, and he wants me to live with him. He keeps telling me that sons should stay close to their parents. He does not like the idea of me living separately, but life is complicated, and hearts are even more complicated. I knew that if I moved back to my father's house, life would become difficult for me. Not because of him, but because he never fully accepted my wife. I don't blame him entirely. Sometimes generations think differently. But I knew one thing clearly. I cannot live without my wife. She is my partner, my companion, my strength. She sees me the way no one else ever did. She understands my silence, even when I don't say a word. She stands beside me even when I am wrong, and then corrects me with love. People say parents are irreplaceable, and they are right. But the truth is, for my wife, I am irreplaceable too. I am the only one she has. Her entire world revolves around me. So how could I leave her? How could I make her feel abandoned when she never abandoned me? These choices, they cut the heart deeply. Choosing between the people who gave you life and the person who stands beside your life. Both decisions hurt. But sometimes life forces you to choose not what is ideal, but what is necessary. When I was younger, we all lived together in the same house. There was noise, laughter, the sound of footsteps, someone calling someone else from the other room. A house full of life. But time does not stay still. Children grow up, parents grow old, people get married. Responsibilities change. And slowly, without realizing it, everyone drifts apart. Each child finds their own life, their own family, their own priorities. And one day, you wake up in a quiet house, the same house that once echoed with laughter, now filled with silence, a silence that sits on your chest like a weight. And for parents, that silence is painful. They gave their entire lives to their children, but in the end they find themselves alone, living in memories instead of moments. To those listening to me right now, let me ask you something. Can you imagine this happening in your home? Can you picture a family where once everyone cared deeply for each other, now avoiding each other's eyes? Where people who used to share food from the same plate now don't even want to sit in the same room? Does this really happen in the world? Yes, it does. More often than you think. And when it happened to me, I won't deny it, I became selfish for a while. I could only see my wife and my children. I didn't see anything beyond them. Maybe painful experiences make a man protect what is his. Maybe suffering makes you hold tighter to the people who stayed. Years passed. My children grew. They started school. Their laughter brought life back to my house. But at night, when the house became quiet, the memories of what I had lost came back to haunt me. The arguments, the misunderstandings, the distance that grew between us and the rest of the family. And sometimes I wondered, was I wrong? Was I unfair? Could I have done things differently? But a man does what he believes is right at the moment. Sometimes the right decision brings pain. Sometimes the wrong decision brings peace. Life is not always logical. It just happens. And now, when I look back, I understand something I did not understand before. Everyone is fighting their own silent battles. Everyone is carrying wounds that others cannot see. Everyone makes choices that outsiders will never understand. In the end, you live with the choices you made. You live with the people who stayed, and you remember the people who left. Life has a strange way of reminding you of your mistakes, especially when you are too busy to realize what truly matters. Those days, my expenses were rising, my responsibilities were increasing, and I became consumed by the need to earn more and more money. Day and night I worked. I almost forgot that I had a family waiting for me at home, a wife who needed my presence, children who needed my time, and a father who silently waited for me, even though he rarely complained. I kept telling myself that I was doing it for them, but in truth, I was drifting away from them. Slowly, without even knowing it, I became a stranger in my own life. I rarely visited my father, only when I had a holiday, and sometimes not even then. He lived alone and he never demanded anything from me. Not my money, not my time, not my attention, but silence. Silence has its own pain, and sometimes the quiet suffering of parents is louder than any words. One cold winter night, everything changed. It was around 10 p.m. I was at work. It was my night shift, and suddenly my phone rang. It was my younger sister. Her voice was shaking. She said, "Bhai, please come quickly. Abu ki tabiyat bahut kharab ho gayi hai." Her words hit me like a knife. My heart stopped for a moment. I felt fear, guilt, and helplessness all at once. I immediately called my wife. I told her, "I'm going to Abu's house." You know, my wife had this habit. She never slept without me. She always waited even if it was late. And that night, too, she stayed awake, just waiting. But I had to leave. I rushed through the cold streets, breath fogging in the air, and it took me more than an hour to reach my father's place. When I finally reached their house, I pushed the door open, and what I saw made my heart drop. The house was empty, completely silent. No one was there, except my father. He was lying on the cold floor, eyes closed, no blanket, no pillow, nothing. Just the hard, freezing ground beneath him. I ran to him. I kneeled beside him. My hands were trembling as I touched his face. His skin was icy cold. I called his name again and again. "Abu, Abu Uthain, please Uthain." But he didn't respond. I splashed water on his face. I shook him gently, then harder, hoping he would open his eyes. My voice was breaking. My heart was pounding. I kept calling him, begging him, but he remained still. Just then, the gate opened. My sister-in-law walked in. Her face was confused and tense. She asked, "Kaya hua inko?" What happened? I looked at her helplessly and said, "I just got here. I don't know anything." Within minutes, my brother rushed inside too. We didn't waste time. We lifted my father together and carried him outside. We called a car. My brother held Abu from one side. I held him from the other. His body felt heavy, lifeless, as if he was slipping away from us. We drove to the hospital as fast as we could. I kept checking his pulse. It was there, but it was faint, very faint. I could feel it weakening with every passing minute. When we reached the emergency ward, the doctors took one look at him and immediately called the staff. They rushed him inside, put oxygen on him, and started running tests. We waited outside, confused, terrified, and helpless. After a few minutes, a doctor came out. His expression was serious, very serious. He said something that shook the ground beneath my feet. "There is poison in his body. If you had brought him late, he might not have survived." Poison. The word echoed in my head. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't think. Poison? How? Why? Who could do something like this? I looked at my brother. He looked at me. Our minds were blank. Our hearts were frozen. I felt like the earth opened beneath me. I couldn't stand properly. My legs felt weak. It was as if someone pulled the air out of my lungs. I stared at the doctor, unable to process anything. My father, the man who raised me, who protected me, who gave me everything he had, now lay inside a hospital bed, fighting for his life because of poison. And all I could think was, where was I? Why wasn't I with him? Why didn't I visit more often? Why didn't I check on him? How could I have been so blind? Regret hit me like a wave, a heavy, suffocating wave that crushed my chest. And that night, I realized something I will never forget. Money can be earned again, but lost moments, lost time, lost chances never come back.